Emotions hit like a sudden storm. Anger, jealousy, desire, that knot in your stomach, tighter than the last thread of a fraying rope. But here's a thought. What if you aren't the storm? What if you're the sky it moves through? If you've ever felt like your emotions are running the show, then today we're diving into the wild world of emotions. And if you watch until the end, I'll share a little tool to help you remember it. If you're new here, I'm Dennis, and I like to explore everyday things with your curious mind. I'm making these videos to share them with my daughter when she faces similar challenges in her future. Now back to those pesky feelings that can shake us to our core, making us want to break something or throw our phones out of the window. I'm sure some come to mind at the mere mention. But here's the thing, we've all, myself included, have been looking at them all wrong. I'm sure you've seen videos and books saying master your emotions or even conquer them. And I think to myself, what a strange idea it is. It would be as if we tried to control the wind and rain itself. Emotions emerge within us, beyond our control. Thoughts, on the other hand, might be more malleable. I'm making a video about free will coming out soon. So there is a difference between emotions and thoughts. Emotions are like the weather. They come from within us and they go, beyond our control. You can't control who you love, you just do. Thoughts, on the other hand, are like the forecast and our interpretations. They influence each other, sure, but they're not the same thing. What if we reframed our relationship with emotions? Instead of seeing them as problems to be solved, mastered, or conquered, what if we saw them as a natural phenomenon to be experienced? It would allow us to accept our experiences without judgment, to become more aware of our emotional patterns, and to build true resilience. This shift, at least for me, was very transformative. Emotions became like a movie I was watching, and turns out I enjoyed them more than I thought I did at first. Imagine for a second you're a sailor on the vast ocean of existence. The winds of fear and frustrations are blowing and your chest tightens. Your thoughts churn like white caps. Your mind goes into loops of forecasting, amplifying, and worsening. But what can you do instead? Well, first, you breathe. Not a frantic gasp, but slow and deep like the ocean itself. In, out. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. You're not doing the breath, you're allowing it, just as the shore allows the waves to retreat from them. Now here's where it gets interesting. When, for example, anger rises like a sudden squall, you don't shout at the cloud with your fist raised at the horizon. You simply say, ah, here is anger. When sadness drifts in like a fog, ah, here is sadness. You're not judging it or drowning in it. You're the ocean, and the emotion is just a wave passing through. But oh, here's where we often stumble. We spin tales about emotions, don't we? We create elaborate narratives assigning meaning that might not even be true. This sadness means I'm broken, or this anxiety means I'll fail. And these are just stories, fictions created by our mind, like elaborate movies we play on repeat. They're interpretations and not necessarily facts. Recognize them for what they are, fleeting thoughts dressed up as truths. Let them go, just as a tree lets go of its autumn leaves, releasing what no longer serves it. After noticing the emotion, now to the dance. You're not meant to sit forever on the shore, analyzing the waves from afar. Rise and move, not as a soldier marching to war, but as a child splashing in puddles. Stretch like a cat in the sun. Hum a tune, doodle, whatever works for you. Action isn't an escape from emotion, it's your body's way of singing along to the music of existence. You see, all this fuss about controlling emotion, it's a weird idea. You don't command the rain, you dance in it. Observe it with a playful curiosity. Like when frustration bubbles up, instead of snapping, think, oh, that's interesting, frustration is visiting me now. So here's a tool to help you remember it. I call it the CALM framework. It stands for catch your breath, acknowledge the feeling, let go of the story, and move forward. It's not a cage for your heart and mind. It's a reminder that you are already the sky, the ocean, the unshakable silence beneath the noise. You catch your breath, in for 4, out for 6. You acknowledge the feeling, here comes anger, here comes frustration. You let go of the story that your brain weaves, and finally you move forward. Calm. So my friends, when life feels like a tempest, remember, you are not the storm. You are the space in which the storm arises and eventually dissolves. You are the sky, vast and unchanging, no matter what weather passes through. You remember the calm framework. Catch your breath, acknowledge the feeling, let go of the story, and move forward. And here's a question for you. What unhealthy coping mechanisms have you used to deal with difficult emotions? Maybe you're drowning your sorrows in ice cream, or perhaps it's working yourself to bone to avoid feeling anything at all. These strategies might provide temporary relief, but they often lead to more problems in the long run. Now go play your part in this absurd, glorious game we call life. And when you forget, as we all do, simply begin again. After all, even the moon forgets to shine sometimes, until it remembers again. So what do you say? Are you ready to dance for your emotions instead of fighting them? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, you're not controlling the weather, you're learning to sail in any condition. Until next time, keep your hearts open and your curiosity wild.